the theme.
Let's go!
You've just tapped into the frequency they don't want you tuning into. Welcome to E&C Productions. Let's get into it. So they told us outer space is a vacuum. A vast, endless void of darkness. But what if that was the real illusion? Because nearly every ancient culture, from the Hebrews to the Sumerians, described the same thing. A sealed system. A barrier or a vault above. A firmament.
The book of Genesis, the very first book in the Bible, lays it out. Chapter 1, verse 6. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." It even goes to say on that God called this firmament heaven, not the stars, not the universe, but a structure that separates the waters below from the waters above. This wasn't poetic language. It was simply cosmic architecture.
And modern science actually helps the ancient case, because outer space isn't a liquid or a solid. It's not even a true vacuum. It's a state of matter called plasma, electrically charged particles suspended in fields of radiation. It behaves more like a fluid than a void. This aligns with what Genesis and other ancient texts called the waters above, a glowing energetic medium alive with movement. But it goes even deeper. In the firmament model, the stars aren't light years away in random orbits. They're in fixed positions, set within the firmament, like lights embedded in a dome. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verses 14 through 17, it even says God set the lights in the firmament of the heaven, not beyond it. Meanwhile, the sun and the moon are said to move within the firmament itself, rotating in perfect circuits above the earth. The sun moves in a spiraling circuit between the Tropic of Capricorn during the northern hemisphere's winter and the Tropic of Cancer during its summer, crossing the equator twice a year. As it travels this path, the same circuit the moon follows, their occasional alignment causes a solar eclipse when the moon passes directly between Earth and the sun. And what about the so-called planets? Let's break that word down. From the Greek word planes, it means wanderer, because to the ancients, these lights moved differently from the fixed stars. But there's another root too, from Latin, the word planus, meaning flat, level, or smooth. So are we talking about spherical bodies orbiting in a void, or wandering lights, smooth and circular in motion, traveling within the firmament itself? Some esoteric traditions suggest these planets aren't physical rocks at all, but energetic intelligences moving through the inner heavens, inside or between firmaments. Not space as we've been taught, but layers in a divine system.
Now please ask yourself, if this is just an ancient myth, why has the military been trying to blow holes in the sky? In 1962, the U.S. launched Operation Fishbowl, detonating high-altitude nuclear weapons straight upward into the atmosphere. Fishbowl. Just let that sink in for a few. What were they really testing? Nukes up in space, or the limits of an impenetrable ceiling?
And who led the charge into space? NASA. Built by Freemasons, occultists, and ex-Nazis. Their symbolism? Everywhere. That red chevron, cutting through a dome, that's not just design, it's declaration. Now let's quickly talk about Wernher von Braun, the so-called father of NASA. You'd think he'd want equations or formulas carved on his tombstone, but no. He left behind a single Bible verse, Psalms 19:1, which reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." That's not a footnote, that's a confession. So what if outer space is just the outer line? What if beyond the Antarctic ice wall, there's more land, more Earth, and maybe more firmaments, stacked like nested domes in a cosmic design?
So next time they say, the sky's the limit, you might just want to ask, whose sky? And what's hiding behind it?